With me is Joel Klatt. You doing what, play-by-play now?
Color commentary for Fox Sports, yeah.
Commentary, all right. Well, obviously I haven't started yet. Joel, taking a look at the Big Ten this year,
Yeah.
what do you think is going to be the operative theme during the 2018 season?
I think strength and depth. When you look at this conference, there's 5 legitimate teams that I would classify as top 10 or top 11 teams in the country. To give you some context, that would be like having Georgia, Clemson, Alabama, Washington, and Oklahoma all in the same conference. You know, people would be going wild right now. That's similar to what the Big Ten has with Ohio State, Michigan, Michigan State, Penn State, and Wisconsin. Any one of those teams could win this conference. Any one of those teams could represent this conference in the college football playoff. And it's going to be a remarkable season as far as the strength and depth right there at the top with those 5.
Now, listening to Jim Harbaugh talk in the press conference and the presser afterward, you get a lot of gruff answers. And his cards play close to his vest, and we all kind of know a little bit about that. But Shea Patterson could really get the linebackers and get everybody back to run the football a lot more. Does he have a juggernaut in the brewing there?
Potentially. I think, Shea is, at least from a talent perspective, the most talented quarterback that Jim has had at the college level since Andrew Luck. I think he could be a game changer in the Big Ten. I think that this is a team that there are 2 things that I know about Michigan. I think they're going to be able to run the football with tremendous consistency, and their defense should be one of the top defenses in the country, maybe in the top 3 or 4 in the country. With that being said, there's a question mark around the quarterback position. There has been ever since Jim got there. They got quality play in his first year, hasn't been quite as quality since. If Shea Patterson plays to his potential, he could be the biggest game changer in the entire conference and turn Michigan into the favorite. Because if they can throw the football and get the linebackers and the safeties in particular out of that run box, their run game becomes that much more potent. Their defense becomes that much better because they'll be playing with the lead with some of those pass rushers like Winovich and Khalid Hudson. That team could be very good. If Shea pans out to be as talented and as quality of a player as we think, Michigan will be a force.
Taking a look at Michigan State, D'Antonio always recruits the diamonds in the rough.
Yeah.
He certainly coaches them up.
Yeah.
Besides Lewerke, you know that D'Antonio wants to run the football.
Mm-hmm.
Is he just going to be looking to press the run button all the time? You think Lewerke can really pass the football?
No, I think he can throw the football as well as maybe the Connor Cook era when they were throwing the football. They've got some experience coming back at the wide receiver position, obviously experience all over the roster. In fact, when you're looking at contributors, they're really only replacing 2 players. And granted, these were quality players right in the middle of the offense and defense. But Brian Allen, the center, and Chris Fry, the middle linebacker, those are really the only 2 contributors that you're trying to replace for Michigan State. That's incredible experience to bring back. L.J. Scott's one of the better backs in the conference. It's a very good offensive line. And while they will be able to run the football, I think the dynamic of Lewerke's feet and his ability to throw it changed their offense a little bit. And I certainly expect Michigan State to be right in the thick of things when it comes to this conference and division race. And certainly I think a top 10, top 11 team in the country.
Final question. Who comes out of the East?
Oh.
It's so loaded.
It is loaded. It's very difficult if you're forced to make a pick, it's difficult to pick anyone other than Ohio State, only because they are the most talented team in the conference. But it is by a razor-thin margin. I think Dwayne Haskins is a really good player. Michigan fans saw that last year when they were up on Ohio State in that game in the Big House, and he came in and played a remarkable second half. That type of game plan, if used by Ohio State, could prove to be a real difference. So probably Ohio State the favorite, but like I said, this is razor-thin, paper-thin margins. I think Michigan, Michigan State, they're going to be right there. And the fact that Michigan has to travel to Ohio State, that was a big factor in my decision.